Hello guys, welcome again to my channel. Thank you for coming. Thank you for keep coming, or at least I'm expecting you to come. Uh, please subscribe. Please like or dislike if you don't like it. If you have comments like, "What the hell are you doing? Explaining me to me, the god of JavaScript." I'm talking as I was you, the god of God JavaScript. What are you explaining to me? I'm a god. I'm a god. So thumbs down because I'm God, and you're trying to explain to a god. That's always an option. But there's some people who like to watch some tutorials. So today we're going to. I realize that the video is going to be very long if I do everything once. At once the two functionality. So today we are going to populate a table from JSON. Okay. So for that I have prepared these characters from this anime series, One Piece. I remember seeing it as a child. I don't recall seeing it now because there's a series on Netflix, but I don't have time for watching series and such. So let's start. So the goal for this video is to populate a table with a JSON. Okay, that sounds pretty helpful. Especially if you're using an API, and they ask you to put them on a table and then buttons to edit them and such. So what I realized when I got this list is that they don't have an ID, and they should have an ID. So let's see. How can I do this the less painful way? What if I ask this thing to add ID attribute? This is the first time I used AI in the channel, but it's just for adding an attribute. Add ID attribute to the characters in assets characters. Let's see what it does. It should be just adding an ID, and yeah, correct. So thank you AI, and that's it for now for AI. So now we have the ID of the character. Why do we need IDs? Because everything we are going to put on a table is having a unique identifier. Is going to have a unique identifier, and in this case, and in most cases, is the ID. You need the unique identifier for every iteration. You need a unique identifier, and you will need, if you don't see an ID in a request, you need to ask for it. You need to ask for, hey, where's the ID of the object? These objects need IDs. Okay, so that's why I added the ID. And let's see, in the past I had problems importing from assets. I don't know why, because it kind of considers like it is already on public. So right now, let's create the component. Okay, so let's start by doing the app component. but I first want to know if I can import the characters. Import characters from, okay, now it helped. Finally, it helped, and it was an AI. It just detecting that there's a file called characters, and we have the characters. Okay, so the characters is an object that contains it contains an object that is an array of objects. So this is going to be very interesting. So let's create the app component. Okay, so const app equals to an array, and then we export default. That's why this is white, because it doesn't have the app. And now, okay, yeah, now it is the color of bit, sorry, it's a French word, the color of bit. So I'm gonna leave it like that because I kind of like that color, and I don't think we're gonna find so many issues. So the first thing when you are converting not a JSON object into a table is getting the values for the columns. In an object, the columns are called attributes or keys. Okay? If you have an object, the attributes of that object is the same as the column of the table. Okay? So if I have, for instance, this character right here, this character, which is Luffy, by the way, well, it's monkey, that is monkey Luffy. These and these and these and these and these and these and these are the headers, because they are attributes. The attributes become headers. So I'm gonna do something. It is not a very heavy computation, so I'm gonna create a let headers just like that here, and I'm going to take the const, not const, if characters. First of all, let's do a const and let's get the characters from the file, from the object. So here will be I think I don't remember what's the name I put here, but this should be our completing, yeah, one piece characters. Okay, so this is actually the array. This is the array that we want. So if this dot length is more than 0, then let's do it. Else we have nothing to do. So let's just throw an error. No characters. Okay. Remember, we're turning a JSON object into a table. JSON to a table. And as I told you, the attributes become the header, not the headers. Yeah, the headers, but the name of the columns, the attributes. So we basically take one piece character, and this thing right here, if we take the first one, is going to have all of the attributes. And there's a function on JavaScript that is called object dot key dot keys that gets all of the keys. So we are getting the keys, so the name of the columns, and we are getting the keys, and we're going to assign it to headers. Now headers, if we do headers, we do a return, of course. Let's do this the cleanest way possible so it is readable. Let's do a fragment, and then headers. What? I cannot write today. Headers 0 so it should be shown. Yeah, it is. I don't know why it wasn't shown just by saving, but I think it got like stale from the all of the previous operations. So now we have the headers T. Why this is not changing? See, the number 3 is the height, the 5 is what, the row. So we have the headers. And what can we do with the headers? In an array, we can start creating the structure for our table, right? So table, I remember that it needs a t head. Let's see what it says about the t head. The t head, what is the t head for windsurf? The header of the table element. That's correct. And then I remember it needs the h, which is the values of every cell but part of the header. Let's see, represents the header of the cell in React typings. Okay, so here we can already, I don't know why I'm saving and this thing is not refreshing at all. It's not reflecting the changes. Why? I don't know. But do we have any errors? Th cannot be the child of the head. This will be cause hydration error. Th cannot be the child of the t head. That definitely can be. That is not true. But I think we're encountering another issue. It is probably because of the strict mode. It is because of that. Console. No, now it's even twice. I am intrigued about this, so let's Google it. This will cause describes HTML structure. T contains tr. Oh yeah, interesting. Yeah, that's true. That's true, because we need table rows. No matter if no matter if they are no matter if they are in the header or on the body, we need table rows. And the table rows are defined with a tr. And that's it. And here we will have the th. Okay. Still not auto reloading. That's making me a little angry, but we got rid of that. See, we're learning by making mistakes. I'm going to restart this and see if the change. Okay, yeah, the changes are now live. So now we can do a h headers that map, right? You know where I'm going with this, right? The headers are going to be strings, and in this case I'm going to use unexplicit return, but I'm going to try to not use it because I want it to be readable. So the th, and then the h. So now we have the headers, and there they are. Okay. So now, let's see if we can do something like, for the th, I want the background color to be I don't want it to be very different. I just want it to be noticeable. The th, is it taking effect? Th background color, yeah, it is taking effect. So this is not a design this is not a design tutorial, so I'm gonna use this just to make sure that these are actual columns, and we're getting the columns from an object. Okay, I am kind of I don't want these videos to get so long, but it just happens. The T body is where we are going to map through the whole characters. Okay, and I am violating one of my principles, which is key. Every iteration of your application needs a unique key. In this case, it's very easy because it's h is not going to repeat, and there's nothing else we can do about it. So now let's create a map for the characters. So one piece characters map, because I wanted to make it super readable, and turns out that is making it unusable. So let's do the TRs here, and then we can format TR. For every character there's going to be a TR, and for every TR is going to be a key. And in this case I don't want to play games, so I'm going to do a number, and the key is going to be, look at that, look at this, math random multiplied by 100. So it's gonna be a number from 1 to 100, and multiply that by the index. It's not ideal, but is it? What are the chances of this being repeated? Almost zero. Almost zero. Actually, now that I think about it, we have the ID of the character, and that should be unique. So we can use the ID of the character, and that's unique. Now let's see why this is getting so convoluted when I try to do this. And then add here a return. No, return. Yeah, in one line it doesn't look like that crazy, right? But I think some autocomplete from this thing ruin the whole logic for the TR. So now in the TR we need the TH. So the TH have to respond and be in order of the columns. For instance, in this one it's going to be an ID. Okay. I think it took it too seriously. What if I do a not if it is an ID? Oh no, the problem is there's no problem with the CSS. Okay, it's me. I am using th and it's td. I don't know what does td means. It should be like table detail or something like that. Table data is table data for the cell. So we have the IDs, then we have we need another td and another and the great thing here is we have the name, we have the birthday, we have what the height of the character, and then we have the devil fruit. I don't know what that is, don't kill me for that. This is gonna be null at sometimes, so we can do this, and then if it is null we can do an NA, non-applicable or something like that. Then we have the role, and then we have the bounty, and we have the origin. See, now we have successfully converted a JSON object into a table, right? I wanted to do this as when you click on name or on birthday or on any of these fields, it orders the whole table by that value. But that's gonna be for another video because that will take much more time. It's not, no, it won't take that much more time. It's just that this particular piece right here, JSON to table, it took a lot. You could see it took a lot. So yeah, I hope you like this video. We have the table. We have the table that comes from an object, and also we can probably do a TD and add the background color like, I don't know, an F white. No, that looks super bad, but we can do like that, or maybe like that. I don't know, it looks ugly either way. What we can do, but what we can definitely do is to tell the table to be 100% width, so we can see everything, so we can see the whole data. Okay, it is not obeying me. What if I do an important? Nope, not obeying me. What if I do T-body or TR? No. What if I do T-body? Did we try T-body? No. So it doesn't care. Well, what if we do 100% of the view width? 100 view width, maybe just because it's not even changing. I think this isn't even reading the, yeah, this isn't even reading what I'm doing here. What if I do it? If I do it here, table, width. Okay, it did something something I didn't want it to do, but okay, so the table now is ugly. What if we do a T-body? No, a TR, and the TR max width is 100%. Okay, so it doesn't look very aesthetic, as some people might say, but we can do some TD background, and then use some gray. I think we need a container. Let's turn this into a container, a div that has a style, the width like 100%, and this is a dip 100%. What about 50? Okay, so the table gets overridden. The dip is not even, maybe if we apply it to the table like with, and this is going to be, that's interesting. I remember this working. It used to work in the other days. But okay, so I think that's it. We transformed a object. We transform an object into a table, which is gonna be super helpful. It's gonna be what you're gonna be doing if you're a front-end developer, where you're gonna get all of the data as JSON, and you're gonna need to show it as table or on divs or whatever. But in this case, we turn a JSON object into a table, and that's pretty valuable, and that's something you should know already. You should know by the time you are born. Okay, no, I'm being a little extremist here. You should know it 2 years after you're born, maybe. So okay, that's all for today's video, and I hope you liked it, subscribe, and blah blah blah. Bye. Hello guys, I just wanted to tell you that we can make this a lot more reusable with just using the headers.map, and then we use the header string, and then we are going to return td, and inside we're going to access to the character, and we're going to access to the key, which is the header. Let's see if we delete all of this, this should be still working. Yes. And why is this working? Basically because it is doing the same. It is taking the header, mapping through it. This is the header, has the header is also the key of the cell, the key of the row. So if you do a headers map with h as a string, which is going to be our key, and then we render the td to c as the value and h as the key, you're gonna get the same thing. And it's much more flexible, of course, because before this we had the we had the all of the TDs manually, and that's fine when you need to omit some, when you need to make each column a certain way, but this is the way to do it on a very dynamic way. So leave a like for the tip and subscribe.